Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to take a look at the deck list of my local winner Doflamingo deck. It was 22 local, 22 people local I should say. Let's get right into it. I hope you guys are all doing fine. I hope you enjoyed the previous videos. They were a little bit different and I hope you guys will enjoy this video. We got the leader. I'm assuming everyone knows what he does already, but if not, when attacking, reveal one card from the top of your deck. If that card is the 7 Warlords of the C-type character with a cost 4 or less, you may play that card rested. Only when 2 Don is attached and you need to rest 1 Don to activate ability. Very strong, very good. Doffy is very strong at the moment, but I think you guys all know that already. So starting off with 4 times Sengoku. 1 cost character, 1000 power. On play, look at the top 5 cards and search for a 7 Warlords of the C-type card. Take it to your hand and put it back. Oh, there's the next card already. But Sengoku, yeah, great searcher, very good. Next up, I have 1 Perfume Femur, if I say that correctly. For 2 Don, you can give one of your 7 Warlords of the C-type characters or leaders plus 2 times power and they cannot activate blocker. Good into Whitebeard. You barely use it, that's why you only have 1. Next up, I have 4 times Starter Deck Law. Very good card. This is probably the best card in the deck, to be honest. This card has so much potential. You can play it for 4 Don. Card says you may return one of your characters to the owner's hand. If your leader has the 7 Warlord types of the sea, what we have, return up to 1 character with the cost 4 or less to the owner's hand. So you can use this to play it. You can bounce, he can bounce himself, you can bounce an enemy card, you can bounce 2 of your own characters. For example, if this is your board, you can play it, bounce 2, get your searcher back. It's such a viable card with so many variety plays that you can do. It's a very strong card. Probably the best card in the deck, to be honest. Yes, Jinbei is of course also in it and is very strong, but I think this card is even worse. Then we have Weevil. On play, draw 1 card. Not much to explain about that. 4 times. Then I play 4 times Buggy, also for the 2k counter. Again, you can bounce it with the law, play it to search. If you need a 2k counter in hand, you can bounce it back. 4 of those. You can look at the top 3. You cannot put it on the bottom, that's the only down point of this card. But very good 2k counter and also top 3 search. Next up, I have 3 Gecko Morias. By the way, almost all the cards you have are 7 Warlord types. There are a couple cards that don't have it, I will tell you that later. I have 3, I'll probably cut 1. I'm gonna try a new version of this deck at my next local. If it goes well, I'll let you guys know by making another video about it. But for now, starter deck Moria. On play, you can grab 1 7 Warlord of the C-type character with the cost 4 or less from your trash. So, very good. And also has 1k counter. And here we have 3 times Yozu, the first card that is not a 7 Warlord type. For now I have 3, I might do 4, but it's a strong card, 7000 power. It's good for if you want, sometimes if you're a bit behind, you need some late game, you can play this. You may return 1 of your characters other than this character to the owner's hand. Return up to 1 character with the cost 6 or less to the owner's hand. So you can also use this, for example, you have Law on the board, you swing with Law, play Yozu, take Law back, bounce 1 of your opponent's characters. A lot of bouncing around. Very good, also 1k counter, so another counter card. Then I do have 1 Raging Tiger or Gravity Blade. Plays up to 2 characters with the cost 6 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck in any order. I will probably also remove this, but it can be situational, very, very, very good. Next up, I have 4 times Jinbei. I missed 1 alt art. On play up to 1/7 Warlords of the Sea type character with a cost 4 or less from your hand. Very strong. I don't know what more to explain. If you have questions, just let me know in the comments. Then I play 3 times Marshall D. Teach. Also, very strong card. What he does, activate main. Once per turn you may place 1 card from your hand at the top of your deck. Give up to 2 rested Don cards to your leader or one of your characters. So basically you can always use 2 Don on your leader for free with this card. The only downside to this is that you will not draw. So if you use this every turn and you don't have refill, your hand will get empty very, very quick. But very, very strong card. Also has 1k counter. Next up, I play 4 Mihawks, mostly for the 2k counter, but I have had situations where I just needed to play him out together with Jinbei or with my leader ability because I didn't have any other good characters to play, but mostly 2k counter. Then next up we have 3 times Pudding, and this is the card I got from the local by winning, so I'm very happy with that one because this is the one I wanted the most. Put it in the deck immediately, 1k counter, and on play you can shuffle your opponent's hand and then your opponent draws 5 cards. So if your opponent has 8 cards in hand or something, you can play this, shuffle all their cards, or if you know they have some good counters. Fun card, mechanical card. I love the card. I think it's still useful, you don't use it every game. Then Trafalgar Law, 4 times. 2k counter mostly. Also barely play it, maybe with your leader ability you can bounce it back to your hand. So yeah, if your opponent has 6 or more cards you can do it like that, but most of the time just a 2k counter. Next up, actually the same. Also Crocodile, 4 times, 2k counter. It's just all 7 Warlord types, so they're all searchable, that's what makes them good. And actually you can use this Croc to bounce, for example, your Buggy or your Sengoku. It does cost you 1 more Don though, so pay attention to that. And then last but not least, I have 4 times Boa Hancock blocker, which also gives you the option to look at the top 3 cards of your deck or place them at the bottom in any order, and then give up to 1 rested Don card to your leader or characters that has 7 Warlords of the Sea type. Very, very good. So you might notice that I don't play Perona in this deck. Perona is very good, but I just didn't feel like I needed it yet. But if you want to play it, I would say cut some 2Ks. You can play 2 Crocs, you can play 2 Laws, and you can play maybe 2 Mihawks. So you could cut some of those and replace them for Perona. You can replace Raging Tiger because you do have a lot of control already. Let me see, I don't think you... If you feel like Pudding is not working, you can replace Pudding, but I would not recommend it. I've also seen lists where they play only 2 Moria, so you can cut 1. So if you want to cut something for Perona, I would say definitely choose one of those. I'm not gonna cut the Mihawks because I like the alt arts. And well, it worked for me. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to know the matchups, of course, that's also very important. The first match was versus Doffy was a mirror. Don't like to play the mirrors, they are horrible, but I guess if you play Doffy you cannot really get around that. And also this card is good in the mirror if you can find it, but yeah, still Doffy goes so hard, I don't think it matters too much. Second game was versus Boa actually. He played a very interesting Boa deck. He basically played 7 Warlord Boa, so almost the same package as Doffy, but then some better high-end cards. Like the 7 cost Doflamingo from the starter deck, which can bounce, the 6 cost Boa, which can freeze a character. That was a very cool deck, very close game. Also felt really like a mirror, so that was the second game. Third game was versus Shanks, which was also a close game. And fourth game, the final, was actually versus Yamato. And to be honest, the only reason I won that game is because I run so many 2k counters. So I guess depending on what you see at your locals the most, you can cut some 2k counters, but if you see people playing Yamato, I would recommend you leave them in because you really need that. But yeah, if you find the cards you need versus Yamato, it's just done. There's nothing she can do, but if you don't find exactly what you need, it is actually not an easy match. But in my case, I still remember my first hand. Just gonna show you real quick this and this. So versus Yamato, you just want your first hand. I remember this was my first hand. So I did have the searchers, I had the 2k counters. I was like, you know what, versus Yamato, I'm just gonna keep this. And I think that actually won me the game, because first turn he went first, cannot attack first turn, so I'll just search, don't remember what I searched. Next turn he swings 8, of course, with double attack. I block 9, my turn again. I don't remember, I probably played something I took with this. Turn after, he has 5 done, he plays Onami with Banish, swings another 8k. I could counter again, and from that point I kinda had the game, I think. But if I did not have those counters, it would have gone an all other route, I think. So yeah, I managed to dodge the Blackbeards because I think that is quite a hard matchup. So I was kind of lucky with that. But if I play versus one next time, I will let you guys know. So that's basically it. If you have any recommendations in the comments on what I should cut or what I should play or what you want to see next, let me know. And for now, I will wish you guys a very, very nice day and nice weekend ahead, and see you in the next one. Peace.